Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing a quick update about what the Rangers have done this weekend. No blockbuster moves yet, but they did make a few signings and a trade in the midst of the lockout ending. A lot going on this weekend. Obviously, it's been kind of like the trade deadline, how that tends to go, and not as crazy as the pre-lockout era, so to speak, where they had obviously Marcus Semien and Corey Seager signing and a couple other big free agents. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the Rangers and what's going on now. So on Friday, they signed Martin Perez to a $4 million deal, just 1 year. And I was kind of mixed on this because Martin Perez, for those who don't know, was with the team for a long time. I think since like 2012 or 2013. He's been a long time former Ranger, and I believe they finally traded him or released him, one of those two, in like 2017, 2018-ish. So he was there for quite a while, and they were the ones that originally drafted him, I believe, or might have signed him internationally. I don't fully remember. But regardless, he was there for a while, and he had some moments, some decent seasons, decent stretches, but never quite got it together. So I think this is a decent deal, and I do like Martin Perez personally. It was frustrating to watch him in his last years with Texas because we've seen how good he can be, but he was just never able to keep up that consistency. So I think with this signing, it's very low risk, of course, and they're probably going to put him in the bullpen, if I had to guess. I'm hoping they go and get one more starter, but Sonny Gray was traded to the Twins today, so he's off the table. There's still Luis Castillo, but he's going to be expensive. And in terms of other trades they might make, apparently the A's want top-level prospects for Chapman and or Olsen. So I wouldn't see that one happening. It would not make sense for Texas to trade any high-level prospects right now. I mean, they're kind of starting to open up the window to contention, hopefully. So I could see them, if they really want to get crazy, I could see them going out and getting Chris Bryant because he would be able to play the outfield and third base, but that's unlikely. All I personally would want them to do is get one more solid starter, and then that would round out the rotation until Jack Leiter comes up. Maybe a September call-up, maybe in August. Who knows? But they're not going to rush him, but he also did have the college experience. So anyway, that's my little tangent on that. The next move they made was one that kind of shook things up a little bit and was very unexpected in the way that it happened, but trading Isaiah Kiner-Falefa to the Twins in exchange for catcher Mitch Garver, as well as Ronnie Henriquez went to the Twins. Now, everyone knew that Kiner-Falefa's time was limited because it was either going to be Young at third base or they were going to go get someone at third base. But with the signings of Seager and Semien, that cut out his two main positions. Of course, we know that he's played catcher in the past. That's kind of how he started. But they were not going to put him back at catcher. He's obviously an above average and Gold Glove winning, really, defensive player at shortstop and at second. So it was unexpected for them to go out and get a catcher in exchange for him. And there were some past discussions about the Yankees having interest in him. However, this is what happened, and I think it's a great trade all in all. Like I mentioned, I want them to get pitching, but Mitch Garver is one of the premier catchers in the American League still. He's had some injuries the past couple years, but in 2019 he did hit 30 home runs, I believe. So, and he's still 31, so he's still got a couple good seasons left. I think they only have 1 or 2 years of control with him. I'm not sure, but I'm excited to see what he can do. You know, it does mean, though, that one of the other 3 catchers is either going to get sent down or traded, and that being Jose Trevino, Jonah Heim, or Sam Huff, who is still kind of coming off that injury. Sam Huff, I've seen them talking about maybe putting him at first, just from things I've seen on Twitter as a possible solution, and then maybe putting him back on catcher for a bit. But you definitely got to have him in the lineup when he's ready. And Hyman Trevino, I've talked about that back and forth before. It's tough because Trevino is great defensively, and Heim has the power and the switch hitting, but he's a little more rough defensively. He does have good framing. So anyway, that's that trade. And then still very interesting move, unexpected in who they acquired for Connor Falefa, but I wish him and Ronnie the best of luck. Connor Falefa was a class act the whole time he was here and was really fun to watch. So last signing was today, this morning, and it was Matt Moore, who formerly was on the Rangers in 2017. Just a minor league deal for him, and he's already in spring training camp. So this one I was not as much of a fan of, but it is a minor league deal, which is important to remember because he was not good at all, for those who remember, in 2017. He had like a few small moments here and there, but it was mostly not good. So he might be another kind of long relief guy out of the bullpen like Martin Perez, but with Matt Moore, I can't see him getting too much major league time. I mean, we'll see. You know, there's still a couple weeks of spring training camp left, so it's only a matter of time until they, they'll see what he can do, and then they'll decide at that moment if they want him on the 40-man or if he's just going to start the season in Double-A or Triple-A. So that's it for the signings. I did want to mention one more thing in this video, and that was Clayton Kershaw. Of course, he signed with the Dodgers, 1 year, $17 million. And he went on to say that it was no secret that he was deciding between us or the Dodgers. But he went with LA because of the opportunities to win a World Series, which I guess is fair. He's not getting any younger, but it would have been cool to have him for just a season at least. And he also mentioned that he didn't think about retirement at all because his elbow is at 100%. So I really hope that maybe they can get him next year, but might as well let him finish out the career with the Dodgers. Obviously, that was not anything that they did wrong. They would have easily given him $17 million plus incentives. So we'll see how that goes. It sucks they didn't get him. They've missed out on a few premier starters. There was Rodon went to the Giants, and then I might be saying his first name wrong. I don't fully remember, but I think it was Yusei Kikuchi went to the Blue Jays, 3-year deal, $36 million. And Rodon's deal was 2 years, $44 million. And as I mentioned at the beginning, Sonny Gray got traded to the Twins. So they're kind of missing out on some of the big starters here, and I was hoping they would go after a couple of them, or at least pursue a couple of them, and then inevitably get probably one. They have a decent rotation, but just one more guy I think would solidify it just that much more. So that's the weekend recap, though. There's still some time left today. I'm recording this at about 7 p.m., but I can't imagine anything else happens. If it does, I'll get back on here and we'll talk about it. But otherwise, looking forward to what they might do this next week. Only a few weeks till opening day, which I'm glad I can finally say that. We know when it's going to be, and it's going to be all 162 games. So let me know what y'all think about the signing. Let me know what you think about Kershaw not coming to Texas. I mean, I'm not fully surprised. It was a little disappointing, but I get it. And what y'all think of the trade. Mitch Garver, new starting catcher for the Texas Rangers. So looking forward to the season now that we know when it is. Looking forward to what else Texas does. And they will be a semi-competitive team this year, I think. I'll do my usual prediction video when we get a little bit closer now that we know everything. So thanks for watching, y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later.